caution. You're about to enter a no-spin zone. Factor begins in 90 seconds. In the Unresolved Problems segment tonight, we continue our investigation into the holy war that the American Civil Liberties Union has launched against God in America. At McKinley High School in Honolulu, they have a code of honor that students have recited for 75 years. In the past decade, that code was given a higher profile, and it contains the phrase, "and love for God and mankind." Student James Ornelas objected to that phrase, and the ACLU sued to get it stricken. That is the usual tactic they use. This week, the school board folded, and the phrase is out of there. Joining us now from Honolulu is James Kahle, the president of Hawaii Citizens for the Separation of State and Church. Why did it take 75 years to have this happen, Mr. Kahle?
Well, it actually didn't. It only took about 8 months from when we filed the lawsuit until the Attorney General's office decided that it wasn't a good idea.
All right, Mr. Kahle, are you being cute or what? The code has been in play for 75 years. I'll repeat the question.
No, it has not.
Yes,
the code has only been put on posters in the hallways and recited at graduation. All right, so
are we going to play this game, Mr. Kahle? Are we going to play this game, or are we going to be honest?
It's your program, Bill. We can play whatever game you want.
Well, I want you to be honest, or I'm going to pull a plug on you right now. This code has been in McKinley's. No, you haven't been. You have not been honest. No, start being honest or you're out of here. The code, as you know, has been in effect in McKinley High School since 1927. All right? As I mentioned in the lead. All right?
That's when a student wrote the code.
That's right. And it was adopted by the school. As I said in the lead, it has been the higher profile in the last 10 years. So my question again, sir, is why has it taken 75 years to knock this thing out? Why now?
Well, because it's inappropriate for a public school to be telling students what to believe and how to feel. And I'm really surprised that you would actually support the government telling students what to think and believe.
I'm not supporting anything like that. I don't believe a reference to God is a violation of the Establishment Clause because it does not favor any religion.
Should love God.
Love God.
The code says love God.
Right.
And it says that students who don't love God are somehow less honorable.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say anything like that. I'll read you the whole code, and there you go.
Please
there
do.
you go. Okay. Code of honor for McKinley since 1927. I stand for honesty in all I do and say, for industry in study and work and play, for purity in spirit, thought, and deed, for courage to meet life's every need, for brotherhood of recess, all combined, and love for God and all mankind. It's a poem. It doesn't say anything about if you don't believe this, you're a bad person. It's just a poem.
It's the code of honor of the school that's posted in the hallways and put in the student handbook, which is the rules that schools.
All right. In your pocket, you have American currency. It says, "In God we trust." You throwing that out, Mr. Kahle?
I think if the government wanted to be honest, they would actually print the truth on the money, which is "in God some people trust."
All right, fine. And you're entitled to your opinion, but it comes down to this. This is what's happening. The Establishment Clause clearly states that the United States will not promote a single religion and will not deny anybody freedom of religion. That's all. You guys in the ACLU have taken it to mean any reference to the deity at all is out in the public square. I submit to you that's not what the Establishment Clause says.
That's absurd, Bill. You've totally lost control of yourself. We are not saying that any student can talk about God however they want. We're saying that the government cannot tell the students that they must love God. The government needs to remain neutral and let students make up their own mind, and that's all we're saying.
According to school officials, no student had to say this code. They didn't have to say it if they didn't want to. And the settlement was, if the students now want to say this in private, they can. My position is that the ACLU, through guys like you, all right, are using the legal system, all right, to just get any mention of God out of the public discourse or any display of God, not a religion, we're just talking about a deity here, out of the public arena. I'll give you the last word.
Well, there's been no attempt to censor student speech. We haven't asked that students not be allowed to talk about God. We haven't said that students haven't been able to worship their own chosen religion. All we've simply said is that the government, and in this case a public school, has no business telling students that they should love or believe in a deity.
All right, Mr. Kahle, we'll let the audience decide, and we appreciate you coming on. Thanks for the debate.